This is esports. You think esports? This is FTC.
Welcome back, everybody, to Combo Breaker 2022, Day 2 here at Granblue Fantasy versus Pools, the final wave of pools for the weekend. I am Virum, and with me is the legend himself.
I'm Team Spooky. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the house. How you guys all doing tonight? So as he said, all right, we're getting into the last little set of pools before we start getting into the semifinals and the big boy stuff, all right? And I hope that you guys will see some exciting ones because, you know, that last pool is a morning pool. People have been getting ready all day Friday, playing their casuals, you know, getting themselves ready and hyped up. They've already seen what it takes to get into the semis with some of the previous pools, all right? And I expect to see, especially near the end of this pool, some extremely competitive play.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of high-level play over the weekend so far. Friday had a bunch of incredible sets in the previous pools, and I think today we're going to get some even more exciting sets to see. We've got some of the strongest players here in this set of pools. Not going to spoil the surprise just yet, but you guys are going to see that we're going to see some incredible gameplay.
Awesome. All right, so the first match we have, everybody, is Hee-Homeboy, and they're going to be up against Shenanigans. Stick around.
Vasaraga versus Bilal. Bilal's a pretty Shenanigans character.
I guess. Yeah. We were hoping for Lil I think, a little bit. Just a little.
Vasaraga versus Belia.
All right, interesting matchup. So you got Vasaraga, big bruiser style character, really on the slow side, does not have a very quick dash or anything like that. So he's going to have to take advantage of his good anti-air buttons, although they're on the slower side, and his big movement, or his bigger moves, I should say, to kind of keep Belial at bay and keep him from going too ham with his fireball tricks and his goodies. For Belial, this is actually a matchup where he could play his standard style. He just does what he likes to do, a lot of stand C, you know, a lot of fireball, a lot of chillax, and if he plays it well, it's very difficult for Vasaraga to get in. So really it's up to the Vasaraga player, I think, to dictate the pace of the match, Homeboy.
Yeah, definitely. And not to mention, of course, if Bilal's given the chance to get in, he can just keep applying that pressure. Vas also, as you mentioned, slow buttons, not the best kind of a barre, and just having a hard time on defense. And Bilal, one of the best pressure characters in the game, but Hee-Homeboy off to a good start, pressuring Shenanigans in that corner.
Good escape there, we got away with the jump. Good dodge. Oh, he messed up. A little misinput there.
Yeah, most likely wanted something like the Fireball or the Asmodeus. Blocks the plus on block. MDP tries to challenge, but going to take a full corner combo for his troubles.
SPA finisher. The SPA doesn't do that much damage, but the OP that he gets after is very strong. So typically they'll use his finish early.
Yeah, he's got to look out for stuff like MDP. He's got to look out for command grab. There's the command grab.
Keep the corner too. Pretty nice. Next time. He got out thanks to the jump out, and we got the fireball to push back.
Yeah, Hee-Homeboy still fighting, still alive. Good spot dodge versus the light tackle, and that's going to be the round for Shenanigans.
Seems that Shenanigans' style is to play the wait game. He's kind of waiting for Vasaraga to go for any big button or big fireball, and he's using the spot dodge to steal that momentum right back.
Yeah, nice patient play so far from Shenanigans. Yeah, again, spot dodge.
Same trick. Now, Hee-Homeboy can counteract that by using his fireball a lot better because he has so much active frames that it's very difficult to dodge.
A lot of active frames, and he could also go for the charged version of the shoulder tackle as well, to catch that late frame.
So far, I like Shenanigans' plan. He's reacting very well. He's playing impatient to wait for any type of reversal or wake up. Oh, big mistake. Oh, no punish. That's so unfortunate.
That could have been absolutely massive damage for Hee-Homeboy right there. Yeah, using the press reset.
You know, Vasaraga actually has an easy antics that move. The back, easy input, anti-air grab. You can scoop that thing every time.
The hitbox on that is even bigger than it looks. Oh, huge 2H. That should be dead. Oh, no! Follow up. Come on, grab.
He's still okay. He's still okay. He just got to chill.
Vas also being a high health character, I think he's still alive to one more throw. Tries to armor up, just not getting the chance. It's looking real precarious for Hee-Homeboy right now.
He still has a chance, that's the crazy part. One stance he after, oh, speaking of.
Yep.
All right, Shenanigans, game number 1.
Shenanigans right there, just not wanting to deal with Vas with that armor, just decides to just pick his opportunity to go in, and it was the right time.
Another break there for Hee-Homeboy. Another chopper throw, and now we're in there for Shenanigans. Using the plus frames really well again.
Yep. He knows that Hee-Homeboy's not dealing with it well at the moment, so he's just using that liberally, and like, that's something that I personally believe. If something's working, keep going for it until it doesn't.
This is early on the pools too, right? So
Exactly.
you don't want to show too much of your hand if you don't have to. Why go too far, right? This is working well. The dodges are working. The pressure's working. We got a nice combo of the Asmodeus.
Very clean round.
All right.
Right, Shenanigans 1 round away now from advancing in his pool.
Player 2. Battle 2. Engage.
This is kind of the perks of being a Vasaraga player, right? You run into this type of matchup and you really gotta be ready.
Yeah.
It's so tough. Everything is +2. More pressure.
Yeah, Vass is definitely one of those characters that in general I think demands a lot more at like the lower levels of gameplay comparative to Bilal. Just
Even
a
at the
lot
high
less
level,
room
you
for
gotta
error.
really be careful, okay?
Yes,
You do have
yes.
good options. You got your guard points, you got your anti-air, you got your grabs, but you have to use them well.
Yes, definitely. Charged in with a far heavy. That should be enough to get the kill with the FBA, yeah.
1, 2, 3. In the corner, you almost always get the animation, even if you do the easy one. It combos out.
Yeah, as long as you get like the micro dash before the SBA into the heavy. But yeah, that was enough. And Shenanigans taking it 2-0. Very clean set coming out from him.
True. Count it up. It's a sweep, everybody at home. And that's the first match that we're seeing today. Day number 2, Combo Breaker 2022 edition. Don't forget to use that hashtag. Everybody's been enjoying the tournament. Hashtag CB2022. Support them, okay? Because Rick and the team have been working hard for you guys. Follow the homie BG Kalisto. Of course, you've been enjoying yourselves. And we're going to be setting up for the next match shortly, everybody. I'll tell you who we got. We got DD Green 94. And we got Rookie Esports, LatinoFlava coming up shortly.
Ooh, 2 players, admittedly, I haven't heard of yet, but I'm sure that they're gonna give us a treat to watch in the upcoming set. And just as a whole, I gotta say, Combo Breaker so far has been an incredible experience. Just being here, the atmosphere, just the scope of everything. There's so much to do. Even if you're just playing casual games, you know, there's a whole arcade segment. There's plenty of casual setups just to do whatever you like. So if there's a tournament that you guys have got to get down to next year, it's definitely this
Combo
one.
Breaker. This is one of the biggest tournaments that we have now in the NAFGC. The venue is humongous, as you guys might have seen. Looking online, when you look at the streams, the photos, whatever else people are doing. 24-hour venue. You can play games all night long if you want to until you're exhausted. And it's just an excellent place to be. So thank you to the team, Combo Breaker 2022, and stick around. The next match is about to begin, everybody. Woo, this is so hype, man. I love this place.
It's so sick.
It's been about 3 years for me since I've been to anything like this. It's been a little while, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, I think for quite a few people it's been a good 2-3 years. Obviously, post-pandemic, there hasn't been any real major events in quite some time, but now, of course, stuff is coming back, and the excitement levels are just through the roof for everybody.
True, everybody looks like they're feeling good out there. All right, everybody, Granblue Fantasy Versus is about to continue. Hope you guys will enjoy the next matchup. Let's see what we got.
All right, we have Vera versus Luane. Luane coming through this time.
All right. This is a fun matchup, I think. Vera versus Luane. Tricky matchup.
Versus
Yeah, obviously Vera is a very solid character. If there's one area where she has a little bit of a hard time, it's versus projectiles pre-install. You know, she doesn't have her own fireball to really contest them. She has to find her way in. So I think if the Luane is able to play that kind of slow, methodical neutral, it could spell a hard time for DD Green. Just going for a quick button check so far.
Understood. So I will say that when Vera does have the install, you kind of touched on that a little bit. It makes her very effective against Luane in general. Particularly the double jump and the hover style mechanics. That angle is difficult for Luane to approach without doing something like the Tommy assist, the B brother. And Tommy's kind of slow, it's kind of seeable, right? So Vera gets to take her turn a lot when she's in that mode. The best bet for LatinoFlava, if possible, is to prevent that from happening too often, or using Mom or something big for the comeback when she's in that type of situation, so that she's forced to play his game.
Yeah, just Vera with that install up is a truly terrifying character for pretty much any other character in the game to deal with, especially if she was able to get that install via the command grab rather than super. It means that she has the bar to work with. If Luane tries to go for an errant projectile across the screen, that's the beam super. That's the beam super immediately to catch that out.
And I'll also point out that command grabs in particular are very good against Luane. His reversal is meant to deal with strikes. Not meant to deal with throws. I hear that killer instinct. They're getting hype over there. Is that like an ultra combo or something? Dun-dun-dun-dun. All right. Green, DD Green 94 versus LatinoFlava. Okay, he's sticking to the ground, which is a good strategy so far. Also supposed to keep the corner, and we got that throw in there. Time for some mix. Come here, brothers.
Yep, and this is where Luane is really, really strong. Doesn't block the overhead, but no count hit. Gets out the corner.
Oh, my turn.
Goes for the Scarlet Oath Ender instead of EX Dark Kain. That would have been the wall bounce into a much stronger combo.
True. All right, we'll take it.
Yep, very clean round from LatinoFlava.
Battle 2. Engage.
And I think also Luane is definitely one of those characters where the opponent a lot of the time is the one that really has to work around what he's doing. The character has so many kind of oddities to the way that he plays that you really got to adapt on the fly to what's happening.
He's not the type of character that you can just stay full screen away from. He's got so many assists that he can call out. He's got the food option with his unique skills to get a lot of health or a lot of meter back.
Yeah.
And that forces you to be aggressive. Part of what makes him good. Oh, got the
parfait. And look how much health LatinoFlava just recovered from those foods.
You got that spaghetti, that's the best option.
Oh, gets the big parry. Yep, here comes the HPA.
It's a guaranteed mix at least once. Got the low block.
Tried to challenge afterwards, of course, that super fully armored, so you're not really going to be able to attack through it too often unless you're trying to get the kill, but at that point, why is Luane
like
going for
It's kind of a checkmate situation a little bit. So when you set up the EX Catalina bot into the super, they're forced to take at least one mix-up there. And no matter how you really try to counteract, you really kind of get two mix-ups, right? So it's tough to escape.
And even if you block all of that mix-up, if you're at low health, you've taken a ton of chips, so...
It chips really well, and the A option is difficult to punch even if you block it.
Yeah. Right, DP just to relieve that pressure. DD Green got to get something started. Nice air-to-air, gets the combo as well.
Ooh, missed the ender. Seems like he's struggling a little bit with his basic combo routes. It is safe on the light version. Early break, wow, we saw that. Got the link on the
Oh, yep, the cheeky crossover. Yeah, Luane is one of those characters that can set up those kinds of situations. Kind of like Zoe, Lancelot, very similar kind of idea.
All right, took out the committal there. Good job, Green. Nice overhead.
Yeah,
Let's
big
go.
overhead. Not a big follow-up though.
DD Green, my friend. We need a little more.
Yeah, at the moment, it feels like in this round, it's especially the decisions are there for DD Green. It's just capitalizing on those hits.
I bet if he went in training mode right now, he would hit these combos 20 times in a row or something like that. It's just that type of situation.
Yeah, tournament nerves get the better of all of us at times.
There we go. Oh, we got the EX there. Didn't go for it, but we got the grab.
Let's go for the throw. Here comes Mother Iggy. Now this is the kind of life lead for DD Green where he can just afford to block, but oh look at all that life just gone!
It's a chip!
Oh no, that was so unfortunate for DD Green right there. It all just crumbled right at the end in the face of Yggdrasil. But very nice work to LatinoFlava.
That was still the key strategy, okay? She did land the command grab, which put her in the great in-store state. And really the best response you have in that situation, Luane, is go to mom right away. Don't even think about it. Don't let her party because it's going to be a problem for you. So he played it well, and that means that LatinoFlava is going to move on in the pool. And yeah, stick around because we got even more Granblue Fantasy versus action. Hope you guys have been enjoying it all at home. Once again, my name is Spooky.
And I'm Viram. Absolute pleasure to be here. It has been, once again, an incredible event. Make sure to follow, well, of course, BG Callisto here streaming Granblue, but pretty much all of our streaming partners. There's a bunch of different ones. Admittedly, I don't have all the names off the top of my head.
There's a million streams, guys. If you want to find everything, all right, you can, of course, check out the Combo Breaker main Twitter, or you can check out Ace King Offsuit, the homie, because Ace King Offsuit has put up a nice, typical schedule that he likes to put up of everybody. You can check out all the broadcasts and see everything that's going on. Yeah. Alternatively, of course, you have the combobreaker.org website, the main Combo Breaker website that has a lot of details about the event, as well as the schedule as well. Just tons of places where you can get all of that information. Understood. So, you are here from a long way. Yes. Now, I'm curious, all right, about the local community where you play in Granblue. Are you guys online monsters? Do you have a local venue? How do you guys rock it out there? So, for the most part,
it's very much online at the moment. I would say that even though I'm from the UK in particular, the UK itself doesn't have like a super active local scene. Rather, Europe in general is a very united scene. Just all of the different countries in Europe. And shout outs to those guys. I know a lot of the guys from the Hearts of Blazing Discord. They are probably watching right now. That's kind of the central hub for our European Granblue.
Understood, understood. Do you have any monsters that came to the tournament?
Just me.
Okay, understood.
I'm the lone warrior from Europe that came this time.
Well, welcome to the party. I'm glad that you made it out, all right?
Thank you,
Next time, bring some more people with you, all right?
Yes, that's the plan.
No doubt,
next time we're going to have much more of us come down.
Awesome. All right, everybody. So we're going to be setting up for the next match. We got a couple good ones coming up, actually. I recognize at least one name there. So first up, we got Cobb, and Cobb is going to be up against Denpa. Should be an interesting one. I've seen Cobb a little bit around. I don't know what character he plays. I just have seen him around.
Definitely feels like a bit of a familiar name.
Matera.
Looks like he might be going with the Percival.
Oh, we got the Matera.
Oh, tricks. I see. Okay.
Matera versus Catalina. I think that's definitely one of those matchups that was a little easier for Catalina back in Season 1, where she had a much stronger toolkit, more oppressive pressure options, a better fireball. Now, she has to kind of work her way in a lot more honestly, but definitely still doable for the character. Meanwhile, Matera, funnily enough, I think this is the first one that we've seen on stream so far. I know NA has their fair share of Materas, and I think actually we're going to see a few more coming up later, but definitely curious to see how Denpa plays the character.
All right, so this matchup is, I think it's like fair, right? You have a character, you know, play a two-sided play. Matera, who has a great long range, even her stance key is basically a projectile, so she can keep you out. And although Catalina does also have good fireballs, this is one of the few matches where she cannot win the fireball fight. That's just how it is. So she's got to try to play really well with her 2M and her long range game. 5C also really good, the 5 heavy. Mixed post throw. Going for the big stuff, I see you with the meaty heavy.
A good fireball to catch. Got Matera into the corner, but this is the situation where you really want to be versus Matera. You want to have her pinned, you want to be pressuring her in the corner. Goes for the jump in, but the throw immediately from Denpa.
Let me out of here. Time for some mix. Would you like another butterfly?
Yeah, the chip is coming. Yep, doesn't block the low that time, but even then, that was a bit of a checkmate situation. The chip was inevitable.
I see that Denpa is very slippery on defense. They're the type that like to try to grab you in between your mix-ups and that type of thing. We'll see if Cobb can prepare for that.
Yeah, and that you kind of have to be as Matera. You know, again, another character that doesn't have the fastest buttons in the world. No reversal outside of FDA.
Yes. That means that your decision-making on defense has to be very solid, whether it's a block style or crazy style, you know, move out of there, dodge, whatever it is. You got to really be thinking about what you're doing each wake up.
Yeah. Definitely a character who values jumping on defense a lot, especially because she has the hop as an option to further augment her jump. Nice spot dodge against the Enchanted Lands, not able to get punished, but still very back and forth even game.
That was very clutch. Oh, good dodge. That was also clutch. Wow.
A good 2M, doesn't confirm out of it, but solid position for Denpa right now. Corner control as well as the pressure.
It was safe. Barely.
Yeah. Oh, very good timing on that roll just to get through the butterfly and the arrow. And now 1 round apiece.
Battle 3, engage.
So far, this is the closest set we've seen this morning. Trying to get through, but the up arrow was in place. It's a good way to counteract that. It stops jumps and it also covers a lot of space.
Yeah,
prevents their approach.
That's definitely how Matera in general kind of has to adapt to their opponent getting through their zoning, just using different options to cover different offensive and defensive options from the opponent.
Good jump. All right, right there.
Yeah.
Big damage.
Unfortunate for Denpa, just a little bit too late on that 2H. It's a full corner combo.
That might have been a pre-jam on the jump out.
Again, good roll through the arrow.
Oh, too close. Mix time. He's looking for an SBA mix. Oh, good match.
Yes, good challenge right there. And I think in that situation, honestly, Matera is one of those characters who's difficult to come back against, but also very capable of comebacks herself. You know, if she's able to just play that war of attrition as well as find those big hits into SSBA.
That was a very
scary.
intense first game.
Yes. Really
Game
could have gone either way.
start. Look at my damage.
Oh, just a bit too early.
You see Denpa immediately again capitalizing with the defensive throw to get out of there. Man, put that roll. He can get away from my arrows.
Oh, just runs straight in, goes for the far light. Probably wanted close to start some pressure. Hops over the Enchanted Lance this time.
Ooh, missed on the throw. We still can play Cobb.
Yeah, very, very nice. There's one thing about Matera's normals, a lot of them are very good at beating roll, that far medium, the 2M, of course the slide as well.
Battle 2, engage.
And once again, Denpa taking the first round, but we saw that Cobb was able to make the comeback in the previous game, so...
Both players seem very capable.
Yes.
That's what it's coming down to. Corner pressure, we matched out this time. Good fireball again. Pretty much the timing on the fireballs for Cobb, that's been what's breaking up Denpa's pressure. They're forced to react in some way.
Yeah, Catalina fireball hits him high enough. Very nice jump, just able to weave around the 623.
There
I
we
guess
go.
the combo to FBA too, very nice.
Icicle nail. I love that angle. It just looks like the ice is just coming out from them. It's like, oh, what's happening?
Yeah, very cool cinematic supers in this game. Lovely spacing on that Enchanted Lands. But Denpa works his way out.
Caught the approach. Oh, again, dice and the butterfly still there. That's nasty.
Yeah. Oh, gets the blow
extra
this time.
nasty.
Can he convert into the full combo?
Let's go.
That he
SBA
can.
finish. Denpa.
Denpa getting a game on the board. First game 3 of the morning.
Believe in victory. Battle 1, engage.
Only start with the stop. Oh, we're keeping that pressure in the corner. I see. Don't get too jumpy over there. Wow. He's playing it so patient, Cobb. Not a single combo the entire round. And look how much damage Denpa has taken.
Yeah, over half that life gone. It blocks.
Nice throw again. Overhead, blocked. -1, baby. It's not your turn. Good jump, though. We're in there.
The 2M.
Little chain reset there. Again, conversion. He could have done SBA and edited it.
Yep. Still very, very good position for Cobb to be in. Gets the fireball to close it out. And even though, of course, as you mentioned, we didn't see any real combos there, that was just very, very clean gameplay overall. Just good neutral decision making. But finally, Denpa gets an opening with the hop.
Perfect setup, too. Full conversion. Wow, nasty conversion with unique.
Reset to the butterflies, goes for the overhead, doesn't trigger the butterfly, and a great
And then he
roll.
got out. Cobb, he saw it. Wall bounce. Yes, we got it. Might be time. No, we're saving it.
Empty throw, not gonna work. Good tech on Denpa's part. The
But
air throw,
wow.
very nice.
No,
Oh, the wish
misinput.
confirm.
Oh my god. Oh! What the heck? That didn't punish? That's crazy. He even made sure to dodge the last hit. What kind of luck is that, Cobb?
Nice use of the 63 right there.
He
Gets the
matched because he
combo.
don't want to do with the butterfly. And Denpa in control.
Yep, the frame trap from the light. Once again, round 3, final round here in this set between Cobb and Denpa.
Battle 3, engage.
Oh my goodness. We're getting an early corner and using the uppercut for the extra nice knockdown. Late break. Wow, Denpa got very passive in the corner. There we go.
Yep.
Defensive throw. It's been money. All set.
Oh, big opening.
Reset.
Gets another one right there.
That's a big reset.
Yep. And has EX butterflies available.
Time for another mix.
There's the hit.
Clean. Denpa with the finish.
Very, very clean gameplay right at the end right there. And I think the differentiating factor in that final game was how much more Denpa was capitalizing on those hits. We saw the extended corner combos, we saw the good pressure resets. You know, great neutral gameplay coming out from Cobb, but I think that slight edge is what allowed
that was a very high level match. There was a lot of dynamic there. At first we saw Denpa being very active on defense, constantly escaping and jumping out. Later on we saw that Cobb was utilizing the 2-1-4 series really well to stop those jump outs in the corner and just catch them. But then later on we saw that Denpa got super solid in that last game with their defense and clutched out. So really excellent set. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. We got lots more, alright? If you hear me battling and getting hyped, it's because these are getting excited now. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and the gameplay is only going to get better from here. Next up we have IllmaticZack versus Mono.
That's right. Puerto Rico, baby, representing. This guy's a legendary Street Fighter Fang player right now. Got a big victory at, I want to say CEO was the one that he got recently. And he's been having a lot of back and forth with Pump, who's one of the best players in the world of Street Fighter 5. Okay, they've been having excellent sets against each other. We'll see how this is going to play out. I'm very interested to see what IllmaticZack can do here. He might be a little tiny bit of a favorite in this one, actually. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, Mono obviously, and this is one of the advantages of this game. This game, one of the lower executional games out there, fighting games, but don't be mistaken, it is still tough. You know, any fighting game out there is tough, but if you have the fundamentals to transfer from other fighting games, you know, if you're a literal Street Fighter winner, you can come into this game and perform exceptionally well, and I'm sure that we're going to see that in the set.
So I'll explain some mechanics, I guess, that will make sense to you in a Street Fighter sense for why this game is considered very popular amongst footsie-style warriors and Street Fighter players.
Yes.
Most characters do not have a double jump off the bat or an air dash. That makes a big difference. Most characters cannot air block either. There's a lot of moves that are straight up not air blockable. That makes a big difference too. And when you dash, there is recovery before you can block. You can't dash and then block immediately. It's not Guilty Gear style where you can use your green guard or something and haha, you can just get in there, right? So because of that, it creates a very interesting preemptive dynamic where you're trying to be at the right place at the right time to stop their jump, where you're trying to make sure you have something out there just in case they dash in, you catch them, right? And that definitely appeals to a Street Fighter style player.
Yeah, definitely. Some of the main differences, of course, is that in general this game has much larger hitboxes. So much larger hitboxes, but generally slower buttons. You don't have your frame 3s, your frame 4s. Fastest buttons in this game are frame 5, and a lot of them are only close proximity. This game does have proximity normals, similar to Street Fighter in some cases. There's a lot more uniformity in the way that characters kind of operate. There's a lot of similarities between character buttons, but still a fair share of distinct archetypes as well. Seeing the ferry getting locked in from Mono versus the Beelzebub.
Whoa, this is one heck of a matchup, all right.
I want to say this is also the first time that we've seen Ferry on stream this weekend so far.
She's not popular lately for some reason.
Yeah,
I
think post season 1, of course, the character was changed very, very drastically. I think a lot of what appealed to people back then doesn't really appeal as much now. There's still a few dedicated Ferry mains out there really putting in the work, but the character's very, very demanding as well.
I think this character is still very good. I think if anything, the previous one might have been just a little bit overtuned.
Right, starting off with the EX dive coming out from IllmaticZack. Now corner control, but good challenges so far from Mono. Nice, good call out in the teleport. Here comes Yoki, good block.
Didn't get a full convert because it ended up being a far button. I don't really know what the heck Bugs is supposed to do at like this long range against her, outside of what he's been doing, which is try to get in with the dives and the jumps.
Yeah, just, I guess, patiently waiting for his opportunities to, as you said, go for those dives. Maybe try to threaten Fireball from a longer range. Ferry not quite as good as dealing with Fireballs as she used to be, but still, when these long-range normals are coming out, just keeping you pinned down could be real tough.
He's playing it very patient, too. Still, Zack, one EX dive at the right time is all it takes to get in.
And you can already tell from the way that Mono is playing, you know, he definitely has that incredible prior experience with fighting games. The way that he's placing his buttons, the awareness that he has in a lot of these situations, very, very clear that he's a very high-level player. Beautiful DP on the dive right there.
We're taking away the only option that's been working. That's not good in the first round.
Ooh, and look at the time. Oh, what a call out right there. Going for the SPA with less than 10 seconds on the clock. A
That
good
was a hell of a
risk.
comeback. IllmaticZack.
Great risk to take right there.
Seems like Zach understands the rules of the matchup right now. He seems to understand what he's not allowed to do and what he's not allowed to do.
Yeah, he's playing this very, very conservative. He doesn't want to kind of overextend too much. He's more than happy to edge forward, just use those down backs. Of course, one has to remember, you know, all these whip attacks, they are normals, and so they're not dealing chip damage. So as long as you're blocking them, you're in a pretty good position. Lovely DP to relieve the pressure.
Oh, this. That was meant to be a dive, I think, right? Something like that.
Either that, I think dive was on cooldown for IllmaticZack, so he may have just lost track. Nice call out with the SPA. But still, Mono in a pretty solid spot.
Wow, she still beat it. Okay, Mono. Picking away. This is like death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah.
It's like the worst way to fight.
Who gets a trade? Yeah, clips him with the far heavy right there. I think if IllmaticZack wants to kind of work his way in, I think he needs to start using the roll, the crossover, just a little bit more. Mono's primarily using the far medium, far heavy to kind of control that space. Less so the 2M and the sweep. Again, good call out. Yep, there's the JL. Real difficult open situation to deal with against Ferry. A lot of it is just kind of guessing.
It's 50-50. She has options to defeat your roll there, so if you try to roll and get out of the mix-up, she can just catch you low.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta say that I still admire the intensity of Zach right now, even though, ooh, he's still holding on these long rounds.
Yeah. Clearly more than willing to play the slow game. Not going to get the KO just yet. We haven't seen any Skybound art usage from Mono so far. And there's the 2M. Clips him in the shins. And that'll be the first round going to Mono.
Alright, so game 2 is about to begin, everybody.
Yeah, definitely the slowest pace set that we've seen so far.
It's one of those ones where you gotta watch closely for each moment. It's that style. Picking away still.
There's a dive once again. Good stagger, no ender.
You know, he's got bust after the dive. Perhaps that should be a moment where, since he's already established that the dive is a thing that he can do, he might want to take that moment and go for something bigger. Mix a throw in there, go for a late heavy, something like that.
Nice jump line. Unfortunately, he gets the cross up, so no longer has the corner control.
Again, just straight to the downhill. That's not that threatening after the dive.
Yeah. TP. Nice catch with the far heavy right there.
Again, quote, the dive has not worked. Unfortunate.
Oh.
Whoa, good escape.
Oh. Mistimed the punish, unfortunately. Mono definitely wanting a close medium, got far instead. So missed the timing, but the DP on reaction to the dive.
What the heck kind of react was that? That was quick.
That is a very hard move to react to at that height. You know, something like 12, 13 frame startup for the dive itself.
That's very quick. Good job pulling that one off. Missed on the extension, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely wanted the Karma right there instead of the Chaos Caliber.
Missed on the dive. That would have been a good one too. There we go, all right there.
Dives out the corner. Okay, good luck on the JL this time. Understands that Mono likes to go for that option on Oki. Just ready for it. Very, very even game so far. Again, just willing to play this pace, but Mono, again, so ready for these teleports, and not ready is Zach for that JL. Finally, we see the FBA come out. Oh wow, the behind
cool.
hit.
I learned something just now. You can do that. That's crazy. Don't let Necro see that.
There are definitely fairies out there like, yeah, you could do that. That's normal, you know. You can then get the close medium into DP afterwards as the ender, you know.
I'm sure they know some crazy side switch combo. Ooh, I'm out of there. Now you're getting wall bounce. All right, so Mono's going to advance, everybody. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. Once again, we're at Combo Breaker 2022 edition. All right, right now we got Granblue Fantasy versus Pools. It's going to be leading into the semifinals very soon here on the BG Kalisto stream. So please stick around if you love your Granblue. Right? Don't go anywhere. Already we're preparing the next match for you guys at home. It's going to be FrozenFacade up against Chunko.
Chunko, I feel like that name rings a bell.
He's been around like different various anime games, playing different things. I don't know if he plays too much in the online stuff. So he's really strong, but I don't think online's like his thing. I could be mistaken on that one.
Yeah.
All right, well, I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. Once again, follow the channel if you're enjoying yourselves. Make sure to check out combobreaker.org if you want to know more about the events that you're going to see all weekend long. And also check out the merch shop if you want to see some of the goodies. I see people getting very excited for the new shirts, the hats, the jackets, and all the goodies. Check them out if you're interested.
I remember when I came in yesterday morning, late morning, and I come into the main room where all the games are, and there's just this massive line for all the merch leading out of the room. It's like, people really like this merch.
People wanted the stuff. The two biggest things here, probably the two biggest hits were that and the homie, the Popcorn Baron.
Yes,
that place is a big hit again this year.
Believe in victory.
Many, many different flavors of popcorn. Anything
really
you could think of, there's probably a flavor of popcorn in that line.
I love seeing the crowd views, just seeing all the people lined up or hanging out, whether they're waiting for matches, they're spectating, everything else. It hasn't looked like this in a while in any of these big FGC events, so I'm very happy to see it.
And it's going to be even more full once we get to the later parts of brackets, once we get to the finals of different games. Finals day for different games technically is day dependent, event dependent. Some events are doing their finals today, others tomorrow. I believe a couple even did theirs yesterday, but there's just so much action across so many different games. Over 20 different fighting game competitions here at Combo Breaker 2022.
That's what, not even including the side games and everything that's going on. 24-hour arcade room, lots of goodies.
Yeah, so much to do.
All right, chat. Oh, Zeta time. All right, it's been a while.
And the Seox coming out from Chunko. Seox, a very popular character here in the US, very strong.
Oh, yeah. People really love the Eternals out here in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody that's Eternals, like, no, I'm picking that. That's my god. Anyway, one of the newer characters. This character also has a counter, kind of like Lowain's, but it has more I find it has more utility than Lowain's for some reason. Perhaps it plays into Six's style of being constantly aggressive.
Yeah.
They have a really good wall game also, better than Lancelot's even. You know, Lancelot has a pretty good wall game with the wall jump and the gimmicks. I think that this character's wall game is better than Lancelot's. Really strong. Yeah,
because you obviously you have the fake out option with the wall jump versus going for the dive attack, the empty hand, which at certain spacings allows Seox to just get those plus frames and just start applying his pressure. This character, an absolute pressure menace. Meanwhile, Zeta, much more of a kind of hybrid mid-range footsies character that has a fair share of augmented movement options as well.
Battle 1. Engage.
This character definitely breaks the rules of movement compared to some of the other ones.
The immediate round start, Rekka coming out from Chunko. Lovely use of the Rhapsody right there.
Let me out of there.
Then immediately Chunko answers back. Plus frames on the kit.
Keeping that pressure on. This is what Six does best.
Yeah, okay, good mash out. Didn't want to respect the kit.
Immediate counter.
There again. Yep.
That's how you do it. That's the best time to use it is during the scramble. Of course, they're going to press the button.
It goes for the meaty laser just for some chip damage right there. Yeah, and there we go. There's the empty hand. It has full projectile involved. It's able to bypass those situations.
It's quite fast too. It will definitely catch your Fargo recovery. Counter again. It's working.
Chunko using that so liberally. He's used it on so many wake ups. FrozenFacade probably maybe wants to try to integrate that throw into his game a bit more.
Still got in. The dive doesn't care about your feelings. That's why I say his wall game is so strong.
Yeah. His character in general doesn't care about your feelings. He will run his offense. He will play his game.
Oh my God.
Oh, and he gets to count it this time.
Not too committal there on the Rhapsody. That was okay. Again, no fireballs allowed.
Immediate throw on the wake up. Gets a plus frame from the 5U. Meets 5U again. Ooh, that was a good decision on that jump right there. Just a little bit off of the timing of the jump normal to get the punish.
Covered a lot of space with that. That was dangerous. Man, the FrozenFacade has kind of shut down a little bit. Okay, there we go. That helps.
Wow, very nice. Gets the full air-to-air conversion into the SBA. Okay,
Time for
cross up as well.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3. ED time. Oh, we're out of there. All right, and now Chunko can play. Fake outs.
Yep, fake out with the wall jump right there. Backdash. Yep. Oh, very nice cool out with the far heavy parry. Yep.
Okay,
Baits
we're
it out,
seeing a nice adjustment. All right.
Very nice from FrozenFacade. Chunko has done either wake up mash or wake up EX parry pretty much every time when FrozenFacade has been close. So very good on him to adapt.
This might be the type of player that plays on knowledge, FrozenFacade. And that makes sense as a Zeta, right? You kind of wonder what's going on first, and then you can go crazy. Good counter. Got away.
Okay, this time Chunko going for the jump away, gets back into the corner.
Small conversion off the Arvis.
Nice pickup. Goes for the big anti-air. Not respecting that pogo whatsoever.
Imprisoned on the move. Wow. Okay, Chunko. So Chunko's going to take game number 1. FrozenFacade had a lot of signs of life in that second round, especially. Was making some pretty good adjustments to what's going down.
Yeah, I'm definitely eager to see how the rest of the set plays out as a result. A lot of this game, I was mentioning yesterday, is asserting your will onto the opponent, and Chunko was doing a really good job of that in the first round. FrozenFacade kind of finding his own pace later on, but now Chunko back on the offense.
Forehand time.
Yeah. Very nice decision to go for the attack after the throw was teched.
Oh, the late cancel. That was smart. Worked out. Conversion again, small one.
Again, it feels like FrozenFacade is ready for these backdashes, just not quite in range to get the punishes.
Zeta might be able to just do heavy. Like, if you know what's going to happen, right, you might be able to just press heavy and, I'll just catch a backdash. I wonder about that.
Heavy or maybe even like Spear of Arbus.
Yeah, that's not bad. Huh? Just go for it. Go for the Arbus.
Ooh, that was really cheeky from Chunko. So he used the Shadow Step forward to get the cross up, and it messed up FrozenFacade's input. He ended up getting the laser instead of Rhapsody.
Good jump, yes.
Yeah, great neutral jump right there.
Yeah, oh, could have pressed the button there. Yeah. You would have won.
I think either he went for an air throw intentionally or by mistake right there because he slipped on the input, and now we're seeing more of that forward dash coming out from Chunko on offense.
We're avoiding the dives a lot better though, these rounds. And out, yes, good one.
Big 2H. Can he get the extension here?
No, he's going for a basic route, it looks like. There is a route with the Spear of Arbus where you can continue the combo there.
Yes. Plus frames once again, goes for the throw. Alright, good tech. Wow, what a pickup. Very nice chunk from Chunko right at the end there.
2-0. Alright, 6 in the house tonight, everybody. Make sure you guys all enjoy it. All right, everybody. Anyway, I gotta say, man, that I'm really happy to be here. It's been feeling super good so far, and we had some pretty good competition so far in the early part of the pools. It felt like what I mentioned, a little bit of a precursor to as we're getting deeper in, the players are getting some closer matches and all that good stuff.
Yes, yes. Player strength definitely will increase as the sets go on, and make sure you don't go anywhere. We're just gonna go to a quick commercial break, so make sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Combo Breaker 2022, day number 2. Right now, we're underway with the Granblue Fantasy versus Pools. My name is Spooky.
And I'm Viram, and we've got, once again, some more exciting sets coming up for you guys just in a second. Next up, we will have ZachInABox versus Lunar. Now, you were saying that this isn't their main game, but...
So I'm very excited for this matchup, Viram, because there's 2 players that I know are very good at their particular games.
Yes.
I don't know how much they play this compared to that, but it should make it very interesting. ZachInABox is really well known for his Zato play in Guilty Gear in general, and Lunar is super well known right now for multi-blood type Lunar, where they're one of the best Noel players, and I believe also plays Dead Apostle Noel at a very high level.
Interesting, interesting. On this set, they have locked in Belial versus Cagliostro.
Oh, okay.
2 very highly regarded characters here in the States. Belial, universally regarded, despite the various nerfs that he's received over the course of a bunch of patches. He's still seen as one of the best characters in the game.
Yes. He was overtuned.
Yes, yes, definitely.
He was good.
Cagliostro, a more interesting case, because I think perception of her will vary depending on region.
We have some of the best Cagliostro players here in US of A, especially Zombie from Seattle area, I believe he's from.
Yes.
So because we're kind of used to seeing this character around, we know what she can do, and in fact, you have a lot of people that are very good at fighting her because of that as well, because they're just used to seeing her online at the various tournaments and events, especially the NAPC series that they do every month.
Yes. Great pressure coming out from Lunar so far. Challenges the plus frames from the teleport.
Word.
Oh, the second overhead.
Straight to the super skybound dart.
Now in Europe, when you see that counter overhead, particularly versus the throw, we call it La Maladie.
La Maladie.
La Maladie.
Okay. I call it stop pressing buttons, done.
Battle 2, engage.
Oh, lovely whiff punish on the far H right there.
He's playing at his optimal range.
Yes. Nice
Good
TP.
upper.
Count hit 2M. So advantageous on hit. Just get the far heavy right after.
Very patient pressure right now from. Oh my goodness, excellent whip punish again.
As he overhead again. Cancels into. Oh no, that's unsafe,
That was way too close.
unfortunate.
Whoops. And again, we're gonna get a nice SPA.
I think that was maybe meant to be a teleport to get the side switch rather than the 214 right there. Now this is a real tough situation to be in versus Belial. Lovely
Excellent
DP.
upper again.
Very nice.
All right, so ZachInABox looking very strong. I gotta say that both players are playing characters that seem to fit their style.
Yeah.
Victory. Battle 1, engage.
Yeah, and even though this isn't either player's main game, both of these players definitely seem adept with their characters. Very, very nice use of the close heavy frame trap right there, and a nice corner combo.
Okay, Zach. Looking immensely powerful with this corner pressure.
Yeah, frame trap once again.
That's Modius.
And that's going to be a perfect.
Golden letters. Invest, baby. Oh, and then he leaned on the sword? That's so disrespectful. He just put the...
Right after the 5U as well, the extra disrespect. This character respects absolutely nothing
True,
that you
he's
do.
very disrespectful. I agree.
Again, I'm loving the variation in these trap timings from ZachInABox. He's using close medium, delayed lights, close heavy, just to throw off Lunar's defensive options. It's working so well. And of course, that heavy mental stack, the command grab coming out in clutch. Are we going to see a second perfect? Maybe. There's the 2H.
As Modius into the finish and double perfects.
Wow.
Without the bingo card.
After a relatively close game one in those games, you know, ZachInABox just kind of running away with it, real dominant showing in that game and just proving the strength of Belial. Shout out to Big Willie. Everybody loves Big Willie.
So hype, he's just snapping out.
He is comfy.
chilling like a villain. That looks smack comfortable. Can I sleep in that? Let me tell you, those hotel blankets suck. By the way, whoever's listening from this hotel, y'all blankets suck. They don't breathe. I was sweating last night. Get better blankets. No. For real. All right, everybody. So we got even more matches coming up for you. This is another very interesting one. Funny because we just had a Type Lumina legend on the stream a moment ago. Now we're going to have another Type Lumina legend. It's ScrawtVermillion. And they're going to be up against Kain.
Kain, one of the Midwest locals, one of the strongest players in this region. Percival main, very good at the character. One of the strongest in NA in general. I was being told by Callisto before, doesn't really play too much online and then just kind of attends locals here and there and just top threes them pretty much every time. But an absolute monster. Definitely somebody to look out for in later bracket as well.
I would say that this matchup right now probably favors Kain a little bit. It's not that Scrawt does not know how to play this game at a very excellent high level, but I would say that Scrawt's true love is probably current code as well as Type Lumina.
Yeah.
So I would expect that for this tournament especially, Scrawt spent a lot of time preparing for those games in particular. I saw him playing Mario in Type Lumina like every day or something like that. He was always playing. All right, the button checks are now underway, everybody. Hope you guys are having an excellent time at home. Enjoying your experience here, Combo Breaker 2022 edition. Make sure to follow all the homies. All right, check out that combobreaker.org site if you need more information, or just check out the Twitter, AceKingOffSuit, or my Twitter if you need the full schedule of what's going on. You got all day for the rest of the day. We're only just getting started today, and you have a full day on Sunday as well of massive top 8s of legends all over the place.
Yep. Various different games having representation from all over the world, and just that finals day, you know the atmosphere is going to be absolutely electric. Already, you know, we see so many people just on that stage just watching the various games, and you know that it's going to be loud on Sunday. We got UL versus Percival here, a matchup that personally I'm quite acquainted with, and I think a lot of the time it's going to really depend on how the UL picks and chooses their moments to go in.
I think this matchup is fair.
Yeah.
Percival has still, despite the nerfs, still one of the best fireballs in the entire game. Very troublesome for even her to deal with. And she's pretty good at dealing with fireballs, not for nothing. But her main strategy of getting in quick is troublesome for Percival. Percival enjoys the mid-range the best. It's not that he doesn't have a close-range game, because he certainly does. Yeah. But mid-range is where he's superior, especially in this matchup.
Yeah, just the reward that he gets for his mid-range buttons. Tries to anti-out with the close medium right there. Oh, that's not safe. Oh, doesn't get the punish.
Still keeping the pressure on. Empty low.
Oh, goes for the preemptive throw right there. Dagger's coming out.
Very annoying for UL to get out of the series in the corner when you start going for the stand heavy into fireball. Jump out is not really an option there. You have to pick your spots. Oh, that's picking your spots.
La Maladie coming out. Is that SSBA going to be enough? The damage,
it's going to kill.
Yeah. The damage on this one, not that high. It was toned down, but it is enough in that situation to get the KO.
The starter made a big difference, yes. I think.
All right, ScrawtVermillion getting the first round. Nice reaction on the Gurren.
Let's go. Caught the legs too. Plus, dealt with it well. Scrawt. Wow, Scrawt is way better than I realized. This is a real match. Oh, missed the extension. Good escape.
Yeah, Kain spacing in the mid-range at the moment, so it's been really nice. His uses of the 2-1-4 as well. Very good. Just playing right outside that range where ScrawtVermillion wants to be, and that's going to be
nice
the counter hit confirmed.
That was ridiculous. Kain.
Battle 3, engage.
Another patient start from both sides. Oh, the big flash.
Kain managing to get a stock up.
Kain's defense has been very strong so far. Oh, that was extra sick, the stock hit.
Yep, and that actually right there was one of the changes that UL got in the most recent update. That the 2-1-4 HM now made safe on block regardless of spacing. It used to be slightly minus. It used to be punishable before. Now is not the case.
I think they meant for her to use that move that way in the first place. I think. I could be wrong.
They definitely wanted her to be able to convert off it. There's the first command grab. Probably going to stock up. Yep, gets the 5.
Oh, go with punish. Point back mix from Kain. Nice escape. Squad.
Yeah, that far medium occupies so much space. Got to look out for that potential overhead, but it doesn't come. And Kain gets the light chain into the FBA. Not going to be enough just yet. But the sliver, yeah, and just put him in a bit of a checkmate situation right there.
All right, Kain game number 1. I gotta say that ScrawtV's close range game was very strong. I don't really know what options he was missing there. Maybe he needed a little more throw game in his mix, something like that. Good low. Trying to break up the uppercut, but ScrawtV still got it.
Nice. There's those fireballs, medium fireball, of course, with the stocks, able to go full screen, and you can't roll through them because they travel along the ground. Or just mistiming that. And follow up on the command dash.
There we go, using that mark to get some nice damage. This is still very dangerous for Kain right now. Oh! Not if he catch the toes.
Kain at the moment is largely playing in that range where he can try to react to the run-in farm medium and still have room to kind of backdash and potentially with punish. Like right there, the back walk, tried to get out of range, just a little bit off on the timing right there. Goes for the up, yes. Good stuff to ScrawtVermillion now. The corner pressure.
Oh, good interrupt. But we didn't get a full conversion. There we go, another try.
And this corner position is where UL is so strong on pressure. Finally uses the wake up DP to relieve it.
Plus.
Goes for the throw this time.
Oh, big one. All right, Kain.
Beautiful spacing on that.
He really wants that comeback. He can taste it.
He's looking for a moment maybe to confirm into super.
See ScrawtV also playing it patient. Nice
that
one.
will not work.
That's not gonna work. I see.
Oh, it did. Just about.
I wasn't sure either for a second.
I thought Kain would have enough time to block, but just in range to get the hit right there.
Is she eating corn dogs?
3.
Yep.
Oh, okay, well, those are delicious. ScrawtV has been so exceptional with the uppercuts this entire series.
Ooh, big block. Yep, keep it simple in the FBA. It's a real strong round from ScrawtV so far. One throw will do it.
This time the same jump.
Yeah, the fuzzy match will wake up. Kain goes for the pressure. You can't count Percival out just yet, but the 2-1-4 HM going to clip Kain's toes, and that's going to be a 1-1.
Believe in victory. Battle.
Gotta say, good job, ScrawtV.
Yeah, ScrawtV really taking it to Kain right now. One of the favorites to, I believe, make top 8, get to that final stage. Lovely reaction with the DP.
Kain! Oh my goodness.
Oh, the big counter hit.
And we have so many marks to work with. 2 more marks into nasty damage. That was beast.
Great efficiency from Kain right there. That was an absolutely dominant round.
Battle 2. Engage.
Okay, now 1 round away from closing the set. Right, good challenge on the command dash. And again, the RPS DP just working so well for ScrawtV so far.
Interrupted.
Yeah.
Full cash out too, that was nice. All right.
Lovely throw on the landing. Again, good tech this time.
ScrawtV answered back so far as well as Kain did that first round. Good link.
Decides to keep the DP, doesn't want to go for the OP. Lovely use of the JL just to be able to beat out the air stall. But good DP once again coming out from ScrawtV. Oh, no confirm off the far medium.
Nice back dodge, using the Hana Rush to make space, and we got a little whiff punish at the end to close it out.
Yeah, lovely whiff punish on that sweep, and now both players 1 round away from advancing here in the pools.
Battle 3.
He's made the Hana Rashi work a few times now, which is tricky against Percival, who has longer range enough buttons to shut it down.
Yeah. Yeah, there is an OS that Percival has that he's able to use to defeat that. If you do a 2L into a buffered heavy, the 2L will get blocked, you won't get the heavy, but if it whiffs with the Hanarashi, you will just far heavy it.
It's a typical light, strong and effective style OS. A lot of characters have something similar. Big clash. Got the marks from it. One, two, three, into SBA. I don't think it's enough.
No.
Oh, that might work. Let's see.
Nope.
No, not this time.
Regular SBA would have worked, but not the SSBA. Not able to beat the fireball in that spacing. But Kain just about able to win. That was a very, very close and competitive set.
That was a very good set. Hopefully he found it to be a good warm-up because that was certainly beastly. All right, good stuff to Squad, who's going to be headed to the loser's bracket. But certainly a good performance in that one. I would not be surprised if everybody else in the loser's side, that G142 bracket, might be a little bit worried about what he's bringing to the table tonight. Yeah,
there's definitely a lot of killers in that loser's bracket. Once we get to that top 32, you're going to be surprised at some of the names you see in the loser side. There are some absolute monsters there. It's going to be a real competitive time. But we are, of course, still in the last segment of pools here. And we've got Seis MX versus Chunko back once again.
I wonder if he plays 6. So Seis in Spanish is just 6, basically. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's a 6 player. That would be crazy. The main game that he's known to be strong in is King of Fighters.
Yep.
So that's the primary game that he's here to compete in. But I wouldn't be surprised if he got a little something in this game too. Chunko, it's been around for a while. I don't know too much of their play lately, but I know that they're a beast. So should be an interesting one.
Yeah, I know. Of course. Mexico very known for their King of Fighters presence. You know, I assume a lot of the guys that came from Mexico are here for King of Fighters 15, and I mean it's the second biggest event here at Combo Breaker. The numbers were so impressive. Only beaten by Strive, which eclipsed 1,000 entrants. So yeah, King of Fighters presence really big here, and of course those players most likely dabbling in other games as well. Some
of the best players in the NA region are here, whether they're from Mexico. We got a couple people from outside of the NA region too, but mostly NA. This one should be a big one. Okay, so Chicago apparently has always been a major KOF hub, says Kalisto. So apparently there's a lot of KOF monsters out here.
That also makes sense. Aligns with the numbers very well.
Word, all right. So Seis versus Chunko coming up soon. Right now they're getting this stuff set up and getting their button checks in there, all that good stuff. Hope you guys are having a good time. Don't forget to get that stretch break, get that water break in if you guys need it. And make sure to check out combobreaker.org if you want more information about what's going on all this weekend. All right, all the various streams, the Extant merch store, and everything else that you can find. I love whatever's going on in the background of this PlayStation right now with the dancing skeletons. Spooky! Let's go.
Not even summer or Halloween, but the spirit lives on for however long you want it to.
For me, it's all year round. That's the way I see it. That's why they call me Spooky, baby.
Yep. And once again, just doing the button check. Nice that you can configure the buttons both in the match and just outside of it on the character select screen. Just having the access to those options, always nice.
Alright, so once we're sure that the buttons are buttons and they're satisfied, we're going to get into it shortly. I doubt that this will be the matchup. I think they just reselected the characters that were picked on the last one.
Yeah.
I'm still putting the bet on Seis playing 6. That would be too funny to me. Hope they do it.
Character select.
Well, we have a Seox, but not from Seis.
All right. Well, that works. I'll take it. All right.
I mean, we saw Chunko on the Seahawks before against FrozenFacade, I believe that Zeta. Very, very aggressive style of gameplay. Let's see how Seis is able to kind of keep up with that kind of pace. Now, Maya, first one I believe we've seen on stream this weekend. Now, Maya, of course, a very versatile character that's kind of been, of course, thanks to a couple of buffs here and there, but the general kind of perception of the character has definitely increased as time has gone on.
She's so close to being amazing. I think that the major change that I've been wanting to see for years is in the second stance, the free flutter stance, she has a 2-1-4 series. You know what I'm talking about, the little arcing slash move?
Yes.
The EX version on counter hit can give you a combo, but the combo is so difficult, extremely difficult timing. So if I had to pick any one thing to buff for her, it would be that move. That would make a huge difference for her. Otherwise, she's in a very complete form lately. She's got very good combo conversions. She's got a very good mid-range game in the first stance, the Dawn Spot stance. And she's surprisingly tricky. The most difficult part about playing her is that because of how cooldowns work in this game in general, you really cannot miss your big corner route. Because once you've lost those cooldowns, it makes it troublesome for you to set up the next route.
Seis just immediately answering back, very much back and forth. And I think what Seis has realized is that Chunko very aggressive style of gameplay, so he's decided to answer back with his own level of aggression, and it's working out so far.
All right. A very nice finish there from Seis.
Battle 2.
Now, Maya is also one of those characters where regional perception of her varies. I know in Japan they're viewing her as like top 5 or borderline top 5. Meanwhile, I think Europe is kind of in the mid-ground between where US tends to place her and where Japan does. So
really speaking of which, I find it to be like a middle-of-the-road kind of character. She's all right. Top 5, that seems like a stretch to me, but you know how it is.
Yeah, obviously different regions have different, their metas obviously develop differently, different play styles and all that.
Really good mix-ups of the super skybound. Regular skybound, I'm sorry. You can just mix, that's what 6 does. Chunko.
Oh, Seis just trying to answer with, I think, a big close heavy right there. I mean, if he got it, it would have probably been the game right there, but Chunko now putting a game around on the board.
He might not even be thinking about a combo. He might be thinking about the escape they like to do. They do heavy, and then they do the EX run pass, and they come back the other way. Typical Maya escape.
Nice use of Setsuna, just keep him at bay at that mid-long range. Okay, tried to answer the empty hand with the DP.
Using the bus. Again.
Yeah, this time the DP coming out. That's punishable. Oh, yep. Not able to capitalize, missing some of these conversions, but there's the EX triple slash. Setsuna goes for the Skybound art. That's not going to be enough to KO just yet. I feel like Chunko's going to do a wake-up parry. No, wake-up match instead.
Seis was thinking like you with the jump setup there.
Yeah.
Making it easy to see what was coming on wake up. Oh, good match.
Very good match. Yeah. Scale from the auto combo. For those of you who don't know, in this game, the auto combo does exist, but it tends to scale your combos quite heavily. It's just more useful for filler to help you confirm your hits. And for certain extensions as well.
True.
Gets the cross-up JM, and that's going to be the game going to Chunko. That was a very, very close game.
Yeah, you touched on something important with the Skybound darts, which that typically in a Skybound dart combo, you want less hits if you can.
Yes.
For example, very optimal is overhead counter hit into heavy straight into super Skybound dart. Very optimal combo. And easy.
Yeah, Seis is going for these big kind of close, heavy frame traps, but Namaya's not quite plus enough in those situations to be able to get that kind of frame trap, especially versus a character like 6.
Oh, it still works.
Yeah, barely mistimed the throw, just a little bit too early right there. Gonna get the combo into Skybound art. Not gonna be enough to kill just yet. All these plus frames, real hard to get away, and now Chunko beginning to run away with this set.
Battle 2, engage.
Okay, sure he works out. Seems like Seis has had to take a kind of a detour to stop all these wall dodges.
Right, we're seeing a lot more jumping from Seis this time. Again, there's the forward dash. I feel like Chunko, when he's really feeling his offense, that's when he's making use of that forward dash, just to really dissect his opponent defensively. Very nice, into the medium slashes.
He's getting a lot of smoke converts out. The counter works out. So in front, that was hard to see.
Oh, gets clipped by the 5U. That's going to be auto combo into SFBA. Even with the scaling, this is definitely going to be enough to get the KO. What a savage looking SFBA it is. Chunko taking it 2-0 with the Seis MX.
Chunko's looking very strong in this pool so far. They've got a couple of big wins in there that we've seen on the stream, and they certainly have got to be getting quite far in the pool. At this point, they're playing against Seis, who's someone that we know at least has a solid game plan involved.
Yes. I think we're now kind of approaching that point where potentially we're going to start seeing players that are going to make winner's side top 32 in these upcoming sets.
True. Okay, yes, all right.
Zoe.
All right, shouts to Apple. They entered this time as guard user, but shouts to them. They used to enter the NOBC online all the time, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So shouts, and they're also big in the PC, the NA PC Discord. They're in there all the time, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
incredibly technical, lab-heavy Zoe has so many different setups for that character that you probably not going to see in very many other places. Meanwhile, on the other side, we have Slashgg, excellent ferry player as well. Obviously, probably the better known ferry here in NA is Flower Man.
Yes.
He managed to make winner's side top 32 yesterday.
Good luck, Flower Man.
Yeah. But Slashgg, absolutely no slouch himself.
All right, so guard user up against Slash. You see them setting up on stage as we speak, everybody. It's looking beautiful out there. I'm ready to run right back out as soon as we're done here. Go outside and start talking to people. I see some people I know. Once again, everybody, as a reminder, welcome to Combo Breaker 2022 edition. If you're just arriving here on the stream, we're checking out some Granblue Fantasy versus pools, or we're getting very close to the semifinals portion of the pools tonight. So make sure to look out to it, stick around, don't go too far, especially all you Granblue lovers. If you want more information about this weekend's event, make sure to check out combobreaker.org. Look for all the goodies, okay? They got the schedule there for you. They got the excellent shop that they've been lining out the door for. All that good stuff, all available for you.
And of course, make sure to follow Combo Breaker on Twitter for any additional updates with regards to the event, and make sure to also use the hashtag CB2022 and get involved.
Yeah. Thanks for helping out, everybody. Thanks for sending the tweets, the retweets, and everything else. I've been checking them on my phone every now and again and having fun with it. So if you guys are having a good time at home watching, and sit back and relax, this should be an excellent set. Once again, guard user on the player 1 side up against Slashgg on the player 2. I have no idea who's going to win. It could go either way.
Yeah. Both very, very capable players. As we mentioned before, this is really the point in pools where we're going to see some of the highest level gameplay.
Speaking of the next match. Woo.
Yeah. Oof. All
right. We got some good ones coming. Everybody stick around. Don't leave. Trust me. Don't leave. You're going to miss it.
Yeah, these are the type of sets that you could see at top 8 of a local event, I'd say. Some of these late pool sets really, really stacked. Really, really talented players here. But make sure to disconnect your controllers.
That's right. Get them out of there. We don't want anybody pressing that home button by accident in the middle of our set and messing things up, okay? Yep. That's not allowed here.
The bane of every TO's existence, undisconnected controllers.
Zoe.
Now, Zoe is a personal favorite character of mine, at least to watch in this game. Very, very kind of dynamic, aggressive character with a lot of really, really fun and interesting tools just to see in motion.
Yeah, so anybody that's never seen this character before, she has a little pet wyvern that follows her around everywhere. And the pet wyvern, you can think of it a little bit like Zato from Guilty Gear. It's not exactly the same, but she has some semblance of control over the wyvern. She can even do gimmicks like send the wyvern full screen, and then once the wyvern is full screen away from her, have the wyvern start doing moves back towards you the other way, and all types of goodies. So you'll see some of this, of course, as the match progresses, but understand that Zoe has very good control. This is a tricky matchup for Ferry, okay? She can't just do what she likes to do full screen like she can in other matchups. The wyvern's bite hurts.
Battle 1, engage.
Yeah, all of those specials coming linked to the 236 from Zoe. Very, very effective in their own ways. The light, one of the best fireballs in the game. The medium, incredibly plus on block, heat pillar, and then of course the laser, her core Oki tool. There it is. You're going to see it used in full screen as well.
Good escape, Slash. All right. We see a lot of back and forth neutral here. Establishing space.
Good patience on Slash so far, not extending on those anti-airs versus the thunders.
True. You can't really approach the Wyvern that way. You gotta wait for your turn. How's it feel, Ferry? To have to wait. Good roll.
Yeah, very good. Just not quite in range to get the punish after the roll.
Oh, it turned around. That was clutch. Nice dive. And nice conversion too. That was a long range, so that was the best option they could get.
Good tech on the throne. Lovely match right there from Slashgg. Here comes the setup. Gets caught by the JL. That's going to be a good chunk of damage coming from the ball.
Can we finish it off the EX?
Yes,
wow.
we can. Wow.
Didn't even need it. All right, Slashgg. That was an intense first round. It took a while for someone to establish any kind of footing.
And that tool right there, the dive kick, is definitely one of the things that Ferry gained in the transition from Season 1 to Season 2. Not really a move that you saw much in Season 1, but it's something that she can use to aggressively apply pressure in this version of the game. Lovely DP, not allowing anything to start.
Sick.
Oh,
nice overhead convert from downtown.
Zoe having the largest overhead in the game. It reaches so far.
Exactly what she needs to combo with the Wyvern.
Yeah. Good match again from Slashgg.
Oh my god, Slash. No way, right? Nice roll. That is one of the ways you can escape that setup. It is a guess at the end of the day, but...
Yeah, the roll, of course, does lose to the low, but it will beat that JL. There we go. There's the use of the EX under. Gets the knockdown. Applies the plus frames.
Just trying to stay close, and it works out.
Yeah. Alright, God User is running very low on that Dragon meter, and for those of you who don't know, whenever Zoe gets knocked down, she loses a small chunk of that Dragon meter as well as from using her specials. Now, of course, it's offline for a temporary period of time. A lot of that kind of power in Zoe's kit is no longer available to her.
And that's why you see Slashgg playing it very aggressive.
Again, Slashgg more than willing to just press on offense here. Good block on the wake-up super. Nice blocks coming out from God User though.
This is crazy. God User, oh my god, got the knockdown.
What a call out right there.
Sweet.
Great throw. Not going to be able to combo off the laser and gets the stagger. God User taking the first game. Very nice.
Yes.
Wow, look at that hair. I'm jealous. Guard User. That looks crazy. All right. 1-0. Whoa, that was so meaty. Lay on the active frames there.
Yep, another powerful aspect of that light dragon. It does cause a soft knockdown on counter hit. Oh, big close
good
heavy.
Couldn't get the plus from the Beppo. Lightning. Wow, I'm faster.
Just a slow walk up into the yoink from the guest bench. Lovely block on the install. It's a very terrifying character.
Wow,
excellent reaction to the dive kick.
Guard User at advantage now.
Yep, got a good amount of Dragon meter to work with as well. Great jump.
Use the X for the hard knockdown. Wyvern time. Sweep away. Checking the legs. Nice break, Slash. Slash.
Wow, Slash still fighting. Great close heavy. Doesn't get the count hit, so not able to convert there.
Oh,
the
my
plus
God.
frame.
Is this for
Slash
real?
making this comeback. And look at Slash's meter as well. He might be able to build another bar for super.
He got it.
Yep.
It's guaranteed.
Oh, it's the throw. That's so unfortunate. Missing the dash forward. That comeback was a mere arm's reach away for Slashgg. Let's hope he maintains his composure after a round like that.
If anything, he looks determined, but it's early corner pressure for guard user. They have the nice knockdown and they have the lightning setup.
Oh, look at all these fast frames and the combo of them.
That was tight. Let's go, baby. So bad guy in the house.
Oh, that was a true Zoe round. A crushing way to end that set coming out from guard user. They will be once again advancing through this pool.
All right, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Good job to guard user. I certainly enjoyed watching that. GG had their moments in that one, but they couldn't really get established like we saw earlier.
Yeah, real shame, particularly in that penultimate round, just almost at the edge of that comeback, but just needed a little bit more distance with that throw to really get that final set of Oki going. But still, good stuff. Definitely a threat to look out for in losers. But coming up to the stage, we see our next two competitors. ZomBmu, probably the favorite to win this tournament. Cagliostro Supreme here in North America, and once again, ZachInABox. Great Bilal showing. Double perfect on stream.
Yeah, that's pretty solid, yeah. Not for nothing. Should be an interesting matchup. Again, I don't know. I've said this something like this before, but I don't know how much Zach actually plays this game. So I wonder how much of his victories are coming from fundamentals, you know, being strong guilty, and how much of it is like Granblue specific knowledge. Against Zombie, you need that Granblue specific knowledge. This is a tricky matchup.
Yeah. Tricky matchup, incredibly tricky player. Zombie is just such a well-rounded player when it comes to this game, and there's a reason why he's been so dominant in various events. You know, a mainstay in top 1, top 2, and pretty much every event. Of course, he is the Frosty Faustings champion.
They're also the winner of NOPC number 100. Got the trophy and all the goodies and everything. That was a big tournament. Props to Zombie, to say the least. All right, everybody, I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. I want to see a good, clean match no matter what happens, okay? Obviously, I want to root for Zombie because they've been working really hard, just like many other big players have to get this victory. But I'm the type of person to say, well, so-and-so should win. You know, I'm the type of person to say, okay, I want to see the win happen, you know, and see what they can do. So we'll see what Zombie's got for Zach here. This is certainly a caliber of opponent that's at the high level. Again, like I said, it's not even about like whether or not they have the Granblue specific knowledge. It's about this guy's not a joke. They're not going to mess around.
As we mentioned before, just when you're a high-level player in at least one other fighting game, potentially multiple, you know, a lot of those skills are transferable to other fighting games. And Granblue Fantasy Versus, honestly, is a really, really good secondary fighting game in that regard. As we mentioned before, relatively easy to pick up, relatively easy to understand. But then when you get into the nitty-gritty of the high level, it really comes down to player versus player interaction. Who's able to assert their will on the opponent the best? Yeah,
I can understand why people consider this game to be so fun because, you know, we have games that are interactive and we have some that are not that interactive lately, you know, and this one is certainly an interactive game. Often when you're losing, you can even feel the decisions you made that made your loss spiral quicker. You know, it's that type of game. So I do enjoy playing it a lot. Ooh, Zombie versus Zach. They might button check first. Hope you guys are having an excellent time at home, everybody. Once again, my name is Spooky, and I'm joined with Virum. Thank you, Virum, for joining us. I hope you had a good time on your trip over here, and you're having a good time here at Combo Breaker.
Absolutely. Just this trip has been absolutely amazing so far. I cannot recommend Combo Breaker. Definitely a tournament to come to. Wherever you're from in the FGC, whether, regardless of game, there's a place here for you at Combo Breaker. It has been an absolutely stellar time here.
I haven't even gotten to see any of the old games yet. I got to go to the arcade room at some point and go check it out. They have a whole setup back there. So many cabs, all the goodies.
It's crazy just to think that there's... I remember when I first came in and I was in just the arcade room area and I was like, wow, this is really big for a room just dedicated to these older titles that you can just play in your free time. And then you enter the main hall and it's just completely dwarfs the size of that room, and it's like, wow. Just the scope of this event has been incredible.
I think this place, square footage wise, has got to be probably about as big as Evo from 5 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely nuts. I remember going to that Evo 5 years ago, Evo 2017, and this really is comparable in terms of size, just this main hall, and then of course there's more beyond that.
Really impressive, to say the least. Good stuff to Rick the Hado and all the crew for making it happen, as well as all the stream directors that you see, including BG Kalisto. Make sure to follow Lord Kalisto if you're having a good time tonight, everybody. And again, appreciate your patience. They're going to be setting up short. This is a big match, so of course they want to make sure all this stuff is working the way it should, and the buttons are buttons. Oh, he plays on Hitbox. Okay, I see. I see. Oh, they're both playing on leverless type device. Interesting. Okay. All right.
Belly up.
It's funny. We're over here talking about easy inputs, and meanwhile, look at these two monsters. They're bringing out the hitboxes. That's crazy.
Hitboxes, snack boxes, cheat boxes. Everyone's got their own name for them.
I need whatever that background is. Of the skulls dancing with the song, the beach song in the background, bro. That's too cool. I need that.
That's amazing.
I'm messing up over here.
Cagliostro versus.
Yeah, as we were expecting, Cagliostro versus Belial. And I'm assuming that this is a qualifying set to make it into winners top 32.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
At the very least, this seems like the kind of level of gameplay one would expect.
It should be pretty far in this particular pool. I'll see if I can take a peek real quick while they get started up, all right? Cool, all right. So this should be to get out. We've been informed, everybody.
And already we're seeing some of that high-level decision-making from ZomBmu. Zach, weary of the trap, just kind of fades back, goes forward to try to get around it, and then Zombie pressing that 5H. Such a good button for Cagliostro.
Now we're using some alchemy tonight, huh? Turn him into gold. Seen enough of this clown. Good web setup. Yes. That was nasty.
The delay on the teleport, very, very nice. The perfect coming out from ZomBmu already.
Double dragon.
And actually, one of the things I think Belial can somewhat struggle with is actually getting rid of those traps because his 2L doesn't hit low. It's a mid, and it doesn't reach to that to the trap level. He can't use that as a low commitment option to get rid of them. He has to go for his 2M or his sweep. Right, already a much stronger start from ZachInABox. Lovely conversion off of that hit.
Gotta escape with the teleport. Let me out of here.
The TK teleport, such a good defensive option for Cagliostro.
Oh, what kind of setup is this? Zombie. That was cheap.
Yeah, but just a complete reversal of fortune. Yeah, the pressure just never ending from ZomBmu here.
What a monster. Zombie.
Wow.
Double dragon again.
It looked so heavily in Zach's favor until that TK teleport found its mark, and Zombie was just able to completely run away with that game as a result.
I know that look in Zach's face right now. That look is, oops. I ran into a monster, oops. He's gonna be like, I don't know how to play this game, what's happening? Oh my god, Alchemy, maxed out. He's just down backing because the web is there. Oh my god.
Yeah, and there's just more where that came from.
Oh my god, Zach!
Zombie at the moment just feels like he has Zach in the palm of his hand. Everything is just going right for him. Plus frames on the teleport again, this time trying to bait out a response. Is able to clip with the light double dragon. Are we going to see another perfect? Yes, we are.
My goodness.
Battle 2.
I'm scared a little bit. Is this gonna happen in all the top 32? Y'all gotta watch out. Do something, somebody.
Somebody stop this demon. There's the throw introduced this time after the teleport. That EX teleport is something else.
Zach, I'm so sorry. Good luck in your Guilty Gear bracket, Zach. I hope you do well. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, you have to fight this monster at this point in pools. Someone had to fight him.
Man, I really love Granblue versus until I fought this guy Zombie one time.
Ooh, able to use the parry in order to get rid of the trap, stomping down on top of it.
All right, we're sweeping some webs if we can. Oh my goodness. That's so messed up. Oh, more webs. Deal with these. Oh my god, and every time the unique skill to dissipate the belly out fireball.
Yeah, and converts off of the fully charged one. Another perfect coming out from Zombie. We saw ZachInABox get his own double perfect earlier, and now ZomBmu just coming through, just being like, let me one-up you on that one.
Yep. All right, well, that was extremely solid by ZomBmu. A spectacular finish, to say the least, to make it into the pools. All right, letting everybody know. All right. And you'll see more of them very soon. ZachInABox is still going to be in the loser side of the bracket, so perhaps they could make a comeback and make it onto the lower side. In the meantime, we're setting up even more matches for you guys. We're nowhere near done, all right? Up next, you got Crackin Atkins. We haven't seen them the entire time in this pool, and they're up against Kain. One more time. We've seen a little bit ago, all right? So look out for it. In the meantime, everybody, hope you guys have been enjoying yourselves. Once again, my name is Spooky.
And I'm Viram. Once again, we are here at Combo Breaker 2022, delivering you guys the amazing Granblue Fantasy versus action here.
It's been very hype.
Yeah, it has been. And honestly, one of the things that I love about this game is just that the community in its current state is very, very tight-knit. You know, a lot of us have had to play in that online era, and that's how we've made the scene as it is. And so, just various different people from across the world just organizing online tournaments. Shout outs to yourself, of course, the NLBC series. Absolutely fantastic for the North American scene. European guys doing their share of weeklies on the Mondays and the Sundays. Shout outs to those guys, and just all over the world. I know places like Mexico, Brazil, of course the Japanese guys. So many great different scenes just keeping this game alive through the passion and the love they have for this game.
Everybody, thank you for all of your support of Granblue Fantasy. From the release up until now, I have a lot of good memories about this game from the beginning. Going to the Granblue Fantasy Festival and taking lots of photos of the cosplay and playing the preview version of the game up until where we are now. And it's been a spectacular ride all the way through. And I hope that Cygames and the team will continue to support this game and maybe even add more characters, more goodies, maybe even a rollback netcode like some of the other games I've considered, something like that. Because this game is #1, very worth playing. And I think from the Cygames end, this game is very worth continue to invest in.
And you can get it for pretty cheap. There's actually a sale for the game at the moment. You can get the base game for a mere $14, full Legendary Edition as well.
This game is never on sale. Go get it now. This game is never on sale. I'm telling y'all right now. Go buy it.
Yep, and the Legendary Edition, which includes all of the DLC characters, you can get for $40. All right, Crackin Atkins coming through with the Catalina versus Kain's Percival. This is definitely a bit of a tough matchup for Catalina, just having to fight against a character who does a lot of what she's looking for, but bigger and stronger. You know, that far heavy just outranging all of Catalina's buttons. The fireball game, a little bit difficult as well. Previously, she had to deal with the fact that Percy could DP through the fireballs. That's no longer really a factor, but even then, just a lot of the neutral can be tough for Catalina.
Yeah, this is the Catalina, I think that she's at her best when she's allowed to play in her well-rounded style.
Yes.
And in this matchup, she has to convert more to leaning on her aggressive aspects and less on the defensive aspects. Her uppercut is not as effective in this matchup. Her fireball is not as effective. And so that requires a very particular skill set as a Catalina player to do well in this matchup.
Lovely jumping from Kain, just getting the corner control, using the fireballs to jail. Lovely with punish on the sweep.
Oh my god,
2H.
that was ridiculous.
Yeah, unfortunately did not have the command dash available to get the combo to win the game right there. Kain more than happy to just kind of play this very, very slow, knowing the advantage that he has. The lead, good 2M.
Keeping those marks as well. Gotta always have one on deck if possible.
Yeah.
And that's why.
Yeah,
that's why you want those marks.
Calling out the fireball immediately with the 214 MH. Plus frames into the throw.
Whip punish, excellent. Outrange the 2M.
Yeah, just beautiful spacing on that 2M from Kain right there. Lovely DP to relieve that pressure, finally. Oh, the anti-air trade! Wow, Kain able to get the conversion from there. Very, very impressive. Plus frames once again. Yeah, and just kind of brute forces through with the DP. Was at chip point, could afford to go for that DP right there. Kain looking real strong.
This is also took it out of the pool, by the way, everybody. So Kain looking strong to make it.
Yep.
Command grab is good. It's a scale combo.
That's fine. Mainly doing that to get those stocks up. 5 on the board now, of course.
Oh, it missed because of the backdash off the unique skill.
Not allowing Kain to just kind of run in and start applying his pressure. Very, very nice far heavy from Crackin Atkins.
I think Crackin Atkins should challenge a bit more when Kain is low on marks. See, like right now, they're kind of allowing Kain to get those marks. You gotta try to, when they go for the box stream, just smash up and get something out there.
Yeah, it can be awkward trying to challenge Percival when you're kind of focusing on, okay, is he potentially going to far heavy here at this range?
Right.
Is he going to go for the command dash? But then he just kind of stocks up full screen for free and you're like, oh, dang.
Missed your moment when that happens.
Exactly.
Good jump.
Big jump to you, not able to follow up, just a little bit too high on the hit.
Again, the power bunker running in there. I love that sword.
Yeah, Kain has been doing a lovely job of just controlling the pace at the moment. He's playing this very kind of slowly and methodically, but there's just those opportunities where he's injecting a little bit of pace. Good DP bait right there.
Again, outranging even the heavy. Wow,
Yep.
Kain.
Yep, and that should be it if he's got the full damage conversion. Yep, DP returns,
Oh
and
my
that is going to be the full combo.
Hey.
Very nice close from Kain.
All right, well, that's a personal card if I ever saw one, everybody. Look forward to seeing what they could do in the top 32, because that was a beastly finish to follow up the ZomBmu finish.
Very, very clean right there. Pretty, not quite the perfect. Of course, a tiny bit of chip damage from the DP, but, you know, basically
Extremely
a perfect.
solid.
Yeah.
Really turned off a lot of Kalina's options. Her fireball was turned off. Her uppercut was turned off.
Yep.
The only thing that did anything was normals and the stop, pretty much. So.
And even then, once it got to the end, he was playing around the ranges of those normals so well and just getting those confirmed.
That whip punish
into the
on the
stab.
stand heavy was crazy.
Yeah.
That was a big one. All right, chat. So we have one more before the big top 32 that's coming up. All right. I hope you guys will enjoy it. It's gonna be Shenanigans, and Shenanigans is up against Seis. This might be losers bracket. Is that right?
I believe so.
Okay. All right, so this is to qualify from the loser side of the bracket, everybody. From G142, for anybody that's checking out the bracket on Start.gg, all up to Start.gg and the crew for helping make things possible, because it's hard to run 1,000 players plus of a bracket without having the good tools available. So thank you, Start.gg. Hope you guys will enjoy it. Shenanigans versus Seis. Once again, my name is Spooky. I'm joined by Virum, and I hope you guys have had a good time. Make sure to give Virum a follow, by the way. This is the first time that I'm getting to show with him, but I'm having a good time.
It's been a great time so far.
Word.
Yeah, of course, we saw both of these players before Shenanigans on the Bilal, the first set of the day. Seis, of course, and Narmaya.
I'm hyped to see the last one. This one had the potential to be really close, especially because the losers bracket match.
Yes.
You know, either player's going to want to try to make it out.
Both players definitely hungry to make their way out of the bracket.
All right. Prepare yourselves, everybody. It's the final match of the Granblue Fantasy versus Pools. The top 32 is going to be exceptional. You guys are going to love it. Trust me.
Character select. Belia. Narmaya.
I'm checking the weapons. What weapons we got?
Oh, we got the gold color.
Nice. All right.
You almost never see these because oftentimes they're banned in online events, but Seis busting it out right now.
Usually people don't like fighting against the gold color because it makes it more difficult to tell when they're doing an EX move.
Yeah.
Gold Narmaya. I missed the mom mode in Guilty Gear. You would fight like the gold characters and whatnot. I wish they had something like this for this game.
All right. But the final set of pools here, a Combo Breaker 2022 for Granblue Fantasy versus Shenanigans versus Seis. Here we go. Bilal versus Narmaya.
Engage.
Oh, it's a button check. Oops. Ah, okay, understood,
Okay.
understood.
No
All right.
gold Narmaya. They even went through the whole intro.
No, oh well.
Kept us waiting.
Okay, understood. So no gold colors allowed at this one. For the reasons we stated, most likely people don't like not being able to tell when the character's doing an EX move.
Character select. Belia.
Now he's like, oh no, gold's my color. What do I pick?
This was close enough. You got the long blonde hair. You got the gold at the bottom, the dress.
Abyss.
But when they're going to the Abyss stage, one of the most intense looking stages in the game. That's of course one of the nice things, you know, for online events, of course, and just in online in general. The default stages are places like Coliseum and Celestial View for the sake of stability, but now that we're playing offline, we can play on any stage.
That's true. I think this game has some spectacular stages too. They're unexpected in a way. You expect to see more like cityscapes and like that type of thing, or dungeon. Instead, it's like dungeons. One stage you're basically in space fighting, like on an asteroid. Very cool stage.
A good air-to-air. Unfortunately, didn't have Moonflip to be able to convert off of that in that situation. EX triple slashes, heavily scaled on this combo, but still gets all that damage.
Sick ender with the overhead. We're doing a lot of stance switches. Not all the stance switches are safe like that though. Sometimes if you know how she's switching between them, she's still putting minus. People get thrown off because they see the blink, right? So they think, oh, it's not my turn, but a lot of the time it is still your turn there.
Yeah. Alright, Shenanigans answering back. Has to control, lovely DP right there.
Back fireball. We're paying the price. Shenanigans with the corner thanks to Asmodeus. Oh, nice! That was a really clutch jump.
Excellent jump right there.
Whether intentional or the happy accident, that was a great way to defeat the cross-up.
Yeah, normally one thing that you can do, of course, is this game does have a block button. It gives you cross-up safety. You can use that if you think that that's going to come, but the jump there also works very, very nicely.
Yeah, no, that was good. I think that guard trick that you talk about, it is a good way to stop Mario escaping that way, but part of the reason that escape is so good is because it's working because you don't have time for that. You're too busy going for your pressure or something else, right?
Yeah. Ooh, good throw. Really, really important for Seis right here to get that corner control, bait out the spot dodge, big jump, and that's going to be a ton of corner damage. Gonna end in SBA.
Chop, chop.
And now potentially one more mix could do it. Oh, good challenge.
Oh, it hit.
Reset into the command grab. Easy input, so the damage is lower.
Yes. That move in particular, you should try to do the difficult input if you can, because you lose like 500 damage or something. You lose a grip.
Yeah, you lose a good chunk. That's the case with all command grabs in this game. Command grab specials, they lose damage if you go for the easy input. Catches him.
We got it.
With the fireball and gets the SSBA. That should close the round and the game. Shenanigans up 1-0.
Special cutscene. That's so wrong.
That's so brutal. He just steps on you.
Believe in victory.
He took his time too. He was like, I see a piece of something over there. Let me just step on that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you can't do the 2L, 2L. You need to do 2L far light there.
For the Asmodeus, if they want the combo. Yeah, that makes sense. Usually you see that from like the heavy or the crouch M. Those are the two big starters for it. Good jump. This time we'll get it. One, two, three. All right, Asmodeus again, keeping it basic.
Keeping the SBA available.
I think SBA there was okay. He would have took more.
Oh, big hit of the jump heavy. Not able to get the combo though. Shenanigans is playing this very conservative at the moment. Feels like he doesn't need to overextend, but that's a big close heavy opener. And the thing about this SSBA as well is you get the cinematic, it side switches, which gives Seis more corner control, stage control in general. Oh, he tried it. He tried it.
Very good block. That move used to have really excellent pushback, but one of the few nerfs that she received is that the pushback is a bit less. It's much easier to punish now.
Yeah, -7 on block as well. Most characters can. They do have a button to punish it well. Oh, the RPS DP working out in Shenanigan's favor. Now one round away, getting this damage.
That was a sick convert.
Nice throw, and now look at the cooldowns returning. Another throw.
Shenanigans in an excellent spot. Time for a fire wheel.
Oh, very crucial throw from Seis.
Seis, let's go.
Oh, big opening, but
so huge. Another try.
throw.
Come on, let me see another big starter. Yes.
Empty low.
Time to spend all the EX.
Yep, spend all your cash.
3.
Go for the full combo.
SBA.
SSBA. This is scaled
scaling.
very heavily. I'm not sure if this is going to kill yet.
The last hit is the one that does the most damage. Let's see.
Even
Not
then,
even
that
close
health
to
bar
enough.
barely budged. Oh,
Wow.
but the empty low into the overhead. Nice little mix from Seis right there. Still alive in this bracket. Needs to take this round in order to be able to stay alive.
Overhead, big one.
Oh, La Malady coming out strong. Seis now.
That's even. Oh, we have yes. There we
Yeah.
go. 1.
Seis playing
2.
with renewed vigor right now. Overhead.
He said, not like this. I'm not going to lose like this. Seis. Beat the stock. Woo!
Great run under the stock right there. And the counter hit. What a statement to make from
Perfect.
Seis right there. The perfect after that comeback victory from the previous round. And now he's going into this game 3 with all the momentum.
That's what I want to see. I want to see some close sets, all right? No wash. Final game. Who's going to make it out? Loser side. USA versus Mexico, baby.
Great TP on the jump in. Again, Seis just playing with the new found vigor, but a good challenge from Shenanigans right there.
Upper, let me out.
That's a counter hit 2M, doesn't convert into far heavy. Oh,
They were
cannot
thinking
believe
about
into
the
these
throw
counter
already.
hits, yeah.
And we have some excellent pressure. That was an easier input again, huh? Looks like they're not down for the heart bolt.
I think that one might have actually been
All right.
technical, but obviously the gut scaling, lowering the damage quite a bit.
Battle 2. Engage.
All right. Round number 2. Shenanigans. Oh! Trying to go for the 2M. One of her few buttons that's really good on block or on hit. Just like you see. Conversion of the counter, that was nice. We saved the EX for the corner. Corner route is really when you want to spend your EX, if possible. Oh, there we go.
Missed the light, but goes for the RPS anyway.
Again, just going for it, but Seis jumped out.
Yeah, Shenanigans just kind of turning up the heat, playing very, very much more aggro. Another great throw.
Ooh, whiff.
The whiff.
That was tricky.
Yeah, very much
Good
indeed,
match.
but challenges with the match. Auto combo to SFBA, and that is going to be it for the set. Shenanigans taking it over Seis. 2-1.
They're going to make it into the top 32 tonight, and in fact, you might see more of them very soon here on the stream, in fact. So don't go too far away, everybody, if you guys enjoyed it. Now I got to say that for being a pool set, okay, that was very excellent.
Yes.
We had a couple of good profiles, some good matches back and forth, and a lot of good adjustments from all the homies, except for Willie. Willie's just taking it easy. They're relaxing for right now. Oh, there you go, there you go. Okay, he's moving a little bit. He's like, oh, it's top 32 time. Is that what it is?
Nah, Willie's energy is reserved for top 8.
Word, understood. All right, everybody. Once again, I hope you guys all enjoyed the pools portion of Granblue Fantasy Versus, whether you tuned in yesterday or today. If you enjoyed that and you thought it was excellent, like I said, you're going to love the top 32 as well as the top 16 and top 8 coming later here on BG Callisto. Make sure to stick around if you guys want to see it.
Yeah, we've got some amazing sets coming up just throughout the day. For the rest of Granblue Fantasy Versus today, it's the top 32 all the way up until top 8. We're going to have 2 separate blocks, top 32 to 16 and 16 to top 8. And then, of course, the finals day is tomorrow morning at 11:30, I believe, Chicago time. So make sure not to miss it.
Understood.
It's been Viram, and of course with me.
I'm Spooky, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed it so far. It's our time for now, but we'll be back later on, some of us. So enjoy it if you guys are having a good time. I will see you all later, everybody. Bye-bye.